You ready to let the dogs out?
What? Do what?
From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Join Pet Pals TV's Patty Spitler as we celebrate our furry friends.
Cats, dogs, and all the critters in your family.
Celebrate the bond between pets and people and meet Hoosier heroes saving four-legged lives.
I love it. Good. I'm glad.
It's the Positively Patty podcast.
I can't wait anymore. Me neither.
Now, your host, here's Wish TV contributor Patty Spitler.
And coming up today, a very emotional, sensitive, and important topic. We're talking about when it's time to let your pet go to the Rainbow Bridge, maybe with some help from your veterinarian. Tom Doc joins us on the Positively Patty podcast. The Positively Patty podcast, and today, we got a very emotional subject. As you probably know, my Stewie, my Bernese Mountain Dog, passed on October the 16th around 3:30 p.m. Tom Doc and his team came out and helped him to cross to the Rainbow Bridge. So today, we're going to talk about when do you know it's time? I got a lot of questions. Thousands of people write to me and call me, and thank you very much for your sympathy. But one question I kept getting was, when do you know it's time? I don't want to do it too early. I don't want to let him cross too late, and with help. Tom Doc is here, manager of communications at Noah's Animal Hospitals, and our Pet Pals TV investigative reporter. You hear this a lot, too.
We do. Every day in the veterinary field. Of course, we have 3 emergency hospitals, so that tends to up our numbers a little bit compared to a general practice. But one thing that I learned in all the years that I've been doing this, and I actually worked with a house call veterinarian who her whole practice was euthanasias, end-of-life care and euthanasias out in Colorado. And she wrote a book helping other veterinarians who are thinking about doing that. Yeah. And one thing she said was, I'd rather help my friend a month too early than a day too late. And that really resonated with me. And I've said that multiple times over the last 15 years or so. And I think it is best to help a little early. Maybe it's a little harder on us, a little harder on the family. But when we think about the quality of life of the pet, that's the challenge.
And you're looking, what are some of the things when you know about quality of life? Let me interject. Stewie, for the last year, I knew that he was 9.5, okay? And the breed standard about 9 for Bernese Mountain Dog, but he didn't want to come up and down stairs anymore. Remember, he was falling down the stairs, and then he wouldn't go up and down anymore. And then at the end, the last few months, he didn't want to eat, defecating himself. And at the last day when I reached out to you and your team, he couldn't walk anymore. So definitely it was the time. But see, I could see his eyes, and I kept looking at his eyes. And the other thing damn it. The other thing I mentioned to you is I was hoping when I get up at 2 in the morning and look downstairs to see if he's there, I was hoping he'd go by himself. And he didn't. He needed a little help. Yeah. It was very, very peaceful, though. Very, very, very quiet.
Right. And that's euthanasia means literally beautiful death, right? And so
I didn't know that.
Everybody wants their pet to pass in the middle of the night where they don't have to watch and everything. It's not an unusual thing that we hear. But the unfortunate thing is it doesn't happen that often. I don't know. We really, other than old age, we don't know what was going on inside Stewie. There's some concerns that maybe something was in his chest causing some problems based on symptoms. But it's never pretty when they just die at home. And I don't want people's memories to be that last memory to be that. Right. So you said you saw it in his eyes. And I think a lot of our owners, a lot of our pet parents see that in the pet's eyes. But if you are still wondering, there are tools out there that can help. So there's quality of life scales. And we're going to put one up at Pet Pals TV. We'll have that up.
PetPalsTV.com. Go ahead.
Yeah. And so it looks at 7 different areas of the pet's life, and I'm not going to remember them all, but it's hydration status. How well are they drinking? Hygiene. How well are they keeping themselves clean? What's their appetite like? How well are they eating? Are they mobile? Can they get up and down, or do they need help with that? Are they having more good days than bad days? And you score all 7 of these categories from 1 to 10 every day. It's you, the pet parent, sitting there. And if they score less than 35, which would be half, right? that means the quality of life is not good, and you've got to make a decision.
Yeah.
It's either time to let go, or it's time to talk with your veterinarian and say, what else can we do? What other medications are out there? What other diagnostics can we do to try to figure this out? And that's a more personal decision. But you can make a subjective topic objective by using these quality of life scales.
And I've been through this since my dad's dog when I was just a kid, and Duke. And he was a collie. Back then, they all had collies.
Yeah.
And Dad would carry him up and down the stairs. And at the end, when they put Duke down, and again, I was just a kid, it's the only time I ever saw my father cry.
Yeah.
And so all my life, I've had dogs and cats and hamsters and turtles and everything. And you do have to make the decision, and it's never easy. And you mentioned earlier, too, for some people, this is my family. I mean, I don't have any human family, only child. And so my pets are my family. And it's been rough. And I'll say, as wonderful as it's been for everybody talking to me and sending me cards and flowers and everything, it's I read them all and then I choke up again. So thank you for sending them. And I hope the reason someone said to, why are you doing this? Why are you talking about this today? Because I hope it helps somebody else. Pardon my nose sniffling. I hope that they can't talk to you. You have to look at their symptoms and their quality of life and make a decision based on how well you know them. And again, I had Stewie, 9.5 years. I got him when he was about 8 weeks old from a responsible breeder, Jeannie Whitten Smith. And it's not easy.
It's never easy at any time. But you did bring up a very important point, too. Yes, we need to consider the pet's quality of life, dog, cat, whatever that pet is. But let's not forget the pet parent's quality of life. If you've got a pet who's going to need extensive hospice and palliative care, and maybe you're older, maybe you have a physical disability, there's lots of reasons that you can say this is just not going to work. Yes, I know I'm going to get some controversy from this because people are going to say, well, you should never put a pet down before their time. But when you have to balance all of these things, your life and the pet's life, what is the pet going to go through as far as pain if you have a surgery done, if you can't handle that animal, if you can't handle the messes and things like that, it's never wrong.
Well, I hope this helps some folks. That's again why we're doing this. Do the best you can, to the best of your ability, to the best of your pet's ability to make him or her comfortable.
Right.
And again, someone else said, well, were you there with him? Well, yes, I was. I was there. You were there. Right. Your team was there. Rose Pet Memorial was there. They put him in a lovely little casket and took him away. And I'll be getting his ashes very soon, and they'll join all of my other. I'm going to need some more shelves, that's for sure. I got so many. He touched a lot of lives, and I'm so grateful that I had him for as long as I did. I've said this before, so I'll say this again. Know your breed. Bernese Mountain Dog from Bern, Switzerland. That's where the breed originated. And they have a saying, the Swiss do 1 to 3, young dog 3 to 6, good dog 6 to 9, old dog after 9, gift from God.
Yeah, so. And Stewie definitely was a gift from God for all of us, whether you're, in your family or for me or everybody who's listening, all the Pet Pals family as well. Definitely he was an angel. But don't forget, let's reach out to your veterinarian. There are people that are out there that can help you with these kind of things, with these decisions, and give you really good guidance. So don't be afraid to reach out and communicate. Yeah.
And you're not just a professional. You also have 4 doggies at home, 4 Mastiffs.
And 3 of them, this week, 2 of them turned 7.
Oh, my God.
Last week, 1 turned 9.
Oh.
And bigger breeds don't live as long. Then we've got little Kratos, who's just going to be 4 in December. But that I'm not looking forward to the next couple of years. And, we've got lots going on with all those dogs. But
here's something I just thought of, too. Stewie loved everybody. He was good people, animals, little squirrels, little dogs. But the one dog he didn't like, remember?
Yep, he was my dog, Orion.
It was your dog,
Yeah.
and they met in the hall, and Stewie barked at him, and he was going to lunge at him. And you told me he was doing that. Why?
Well, he was surprised by Orion, and he was watching over you because he had never seen this dog before.
And it was a big dog.
Right, a big dog, and we were in an enclosed space, and, you know, all these things can trigger that kind of behavior. Yeah, I never saw Stewie have any other problems with dogs, but Orion is bigger than he is, almost twice his size, and Orion snuck up on him. And so I don't blame Stewie at all for barking at him.
It startled me, too. I'm like, what? Well, and they didn't have any time to get accustomed to each other, so it was a little startling. So, Tom Doc, you're wonderful. I thank you, and the No-Nose Animal Hospital. Mike and Dr. Mike Thomas and Crystal Thomas are wonderful. They've helped us with so much, and what else can I say? Thank you.
It's our pleasure, and the whole family sends the condolences about Stewie. So.
Okay. That's it for the Positively Patty podcast. Again, go to petpalstv.com. You can find more from Tom Doc on there. Keep calm and contact Tom, and he can answer your questions as well. So until next time, Positively Patty podcast.
Discover more pet-friendly stories at petpalstv.com and stay with Wish TV online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast and discover more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.